Hi, welcome to our Radon webinar about radon risks in homes. Diego is going to share all about radon with us and how it's connected to your home, and what that procedure is and how it connects to why it's important and why we want to tell you about it. After Diego shares with you, I'll tell you a little bit about our program and how we can help you if you have to mitigate radon. A couple housekeeping items. If you want to ask questions, please put a question down in the Q&A box at the bottom and we'll get to those questions at the end. Or if you'd like, you can certainly just type it in chat and we'll check those as well. And thanks for coming today. So today we're talking about radon risk in homes, and Diego Betts is going to share information about radon with you. Diego is our new energy programs coordinator. He is in charge of promoting this month, January, which is Radon Action Month. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Diego, to tell us all about why radon is important to know about.
Great, thank you, Nikki, and thanks everybody for being here today. So today I am going to essentially connect the dots of radon, what it is, why it's important that you know what it is, and what you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones from its harmful effects. So what is radon and why is it dangerous? Radon is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. Radon occurs from the natural breakdown of uranium and radium in the soil. And the EPA has designated January as National Radon Action Month to spread awareness and education about radon. Now, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. I promise this won't be all doom and gloom. We'll let you know what you can do to, protect yourself and your loved ones. But it is the second leading cause of cancer in the United States, and it causes around 21,000 deaths nationally every year, and around 500 deaths every year here in Colorado. The only thing that causes more lung cancer deaths is cigarette smoking. And it's estimated that around half of all homes in Colorado have high radon levels, and about 40% of homes here in Eagle County. Now, the average radon level in your home in Colorado is about 6.4 picocuries per liter, which equates to 200 chest x-rays per year. So that's more than 300 chest x-rays per week per person per year. So it's a pretty high dose of radiation. And the Rocky Mountains especially are particularly susceptible to high radon levels due to the geology of the bedrock and soil underneath our homes and buildings. So radon essentially is found everywhere. It's naturally occurring, and it moves from the soil into the air. Now, it's not really a concern outside because it just diffuses naturally and doesn't build up in high concentrations. It really becomes a concern as it enters buildings and concentrates itself indoors. So the higher the concentration of radon in the soil, the higher your chances are that you have exposure to high radon levels. Now, as you can see from this map, all 64 Colorado counties are at the EPA's highest risk potential for high radon levels. That's just, due to our natural environment and the topography and geology of what's going on underneath us here in Colorado. And now I'll talk about how it enters buildings and why it's a concern inside. So essentially it seeps up through the soil, and it can enter your home through cracks and holes in the foundation of your home. Now that can include service piping, cracks in the foundation just from the natural settling of your home, as well as crawl spaces and some pump holes in the foundation. And when it enters the home, your house essentially acts as a container that allows the radon to accumulate to high concentration levels. And so this is also the best time to test your home. The only way you'll know if you have high radon levels is to perform a radon test. And January is designated as National Radon Action Month because it's a cold month and most people have reduced natural ventilation in their home with doors and windows being closed as you heat your house. So with this reduced natural ventilation in the colder winter months, radon is essentially at its highest levels. And this is also the best time to test your house without added ventilation. And so it's kind of the worst case condition is the best time to do testing. Now the EPA does set a recommended action level of 4 picocuries per liter. And the average home, again, is 6.4 picocuries per liter. That's the average reading in Colorado. So it's pretty high. Picocuries per liter is essentially a measurement of radioactive particles in the air, named after Marie Curie, who essentially discovered radiation. So the EPA again has determined that you should take action if your home tests higher than 4 picocuries per liter. And the only way to do that is to perform a radon test. Now there are 2 different kinds of radon testing. There's a long-term and a short-term test. The long-term tests provide more of an overall annual snapshot of radon levels in your home throughout the year. The test is performed for 90 days or more in your home, and you can contact a certified radon tester to get one of these long-term tests. Now, there are also short-term tests, which are much easier to administer, and it provides just that snapshot of radon levels during the test. And so it's best to test when your home is closed in the wintertime. The actual test is just a little plastic packet with charcoal that you can administer yourself. You just place it in your home and you expose it to the air for 2 to 4 days or 48 to 96 hours. And these are the free tests that we can provide you. So you can pick up a free test here at Walking Mountains in Avon at the front desk at the Visitor Center. You can also pick up a free test at the Eagle County Building Environmental Health Desk down in Eagle. And if you're in El Jebel, the El Jebel Community Center also distributes free tests. Now, if for whatever reason you're not able to come to any of these locations to pick up a test, please let us know, contact us, and we'll figure out a way to get you a test. So after you test, what can you do? So essentially the EPA considers any levels of radon in your home to be unsafe. Just 1 picocurie per liter of radon is equal to 2.5 cigarettes per day. And you can consider mitigating for readings as low as 1 picocurie per liter. But the EPA has set their recommended action level when you definitely should be taking action to mitigate your home at 4 picocuries per liter. And that level is essentially equivalent to radiation from 100 chest x-rays in a year. So it's pretty high dose and definitely recommended to take action if your test results come back. So if you do a test and your levels come back greater than 4 picocuries per liter, we encourage you to do a second short-term test just to confirm the results from the first and make sure it wasn't an error. You can also consider a long-term test to get a year-round average, but results from 2 short-term tests are certainly enough to take action on mitigating. So Walking Mountains, we can assist you with getting in contact with certified radon contractors. We vetted these contractors and they are certified to install active mitigation systems. And we do encourage you to get a couple of different bids just to make sure you're not paying too much. And bids vary a lot. It depends on the size of your home, the type of system they're installing. But essentially the radon mitigation system seals off the foundation and vents all the radon that would have otherwise collected inside your walls, vents it all outside to the open air. So it prevents it from building up in your house. If you do install a radon mitigation system, Walking Mountains offers rebates to help you pay for that system. You can get up to a $500 rebate from us. You do need to get a home energy assessment to qualify for our radon mitigation rebate, but Nikki will provide more information about our program. And if you have any more questions or want some more educational resources, please go to our website, walkingmountains.org/radon. There's lots of helpful information on there, or feel free to contact us and we can answer any questions you have. But from here, I will pass it over to Nikki.
Thanks, Diego. I apologize. Can you see my slides okay?
Yes.
Great. Every time I go, it does something different. It's never the same thing. So as long as you can see my slides, okay. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we do here with the Energy and Buildings team at Walking Mountain Science Center and kind of how that correlates with radon and radon mitigation in homes and why we want everybody to be aware of the dangers of radon and how we can help. But our motto through the Energy Smart Colorado program is making energy improvements simple and affordable. And locally, we've really added safety to that. And it's really important for you to be safe in your home. And that's why radon works well. So how can we help with the Energy and Buildings team here at Walking Mountain Science Center? We do a variety of things. So quickly, I'll go through this list. We're not focused on us. We're focused on radon today, but I do want you to kind of understand what we do as a group and as a team and how we can help you holistically. We provide home energy assessments and business and multifamily building walkthroughs. We have energy coaching after those visits to talk about energy use in those buildings and homes and how you can reduce your energy use or lower your bills or make yourself more comfortable, all of those things. We do offer rebates for weatherization, energy efficiency, building electrification, radon mitigation, like Diego just said. So we'll look at that in the next couple slides. We have a local qualified contractor list. So not only do we have a list of radon mitigation contractors we can share with you, we have a list of contractors for all other kinds of work in your home as well. We do have a specific low to moderate income household incentive program and some guidance for those folks. This year, we are going up to 120% area median income, and I'll show you what that looks like in a couple of slides as well. We have free radon test kits. Those free radon test kits that Diego showed you on his slide where those are available all year long. So not just this month in the month of January, Radon Action Month. You can pick up a free radon test kit at any of those locations. Avon, Walking Mountains, Eagle County Building in Eagle, or the El Jabal Community Center all year around. We provide educational materials, workshops, and trainings kind of like these. We partner with local communities to help them reach their climate goals, and we participate in our local climate action collaborative. As you saw on the slide before this, we want to be that center point, that easy access to information, a workforce, and incentives. So that's why we're here. We want to provide you the important information you need to know. And regarding radon, that is providing you these free radon test kits so you can really get information about your home and what that looks like. If you do want to do one of those long-term tests that Diego mentioned, we can refer you to some other contractors that do those long-term tests. And mostly those are going to be home inspectors that you might encounter during real estate transactions. So inspectors can leave a device at your home for a certain length of time and get you a longer term test. Workforce is kind of step 2. We want to connect you to that workforce. So we do the free energy coaching, and then we provide those contractor referrals. And then step 3 is really those incentives. So we can make these improvements easier and financially more able for everyone to do those. And one of those things is radon mitigation. But we're making energy improvements simple and affordable, as well as safety in your home. So first, quickly, our first section of rebates that we offer are what we call weatherization rebates, or energy efficiency rebates, or rebates to improve safety in your homes. So for homes, this is up to $500 a year. And if you're a business, it could be up to $1,000 a year. And as you can see on the bottom right corner, radon mitigation is included in this rebate, as well as air sealing, insulation, duct sealing, crawl space conditioning, storm windows, energy efficient measures. Will even rebate LEDs. So we can always provide you with a more detailed rebate list, or you can look on our website. Our second group of rebates that we offer are electrification rebates specifically. So this is for people that want to change and get rid of gas and fossil fuel running appliances and HVAC equipment and move to electricity. The reason that it is important to do this locally is that our local electric provider that provides over 90% of electricity in Eagle County in our local area, they are quickly becoming closer and closer to 100% renewable electricity. By 2030, their goal is to be 100% renewable, which means no fossil fuels. So therefore, if homes are switching to be all electric, they are also drastically over the next few years until we get to 2030, and then much drastically after 2030, reducing their carbon footprint. These are the kind of items that we rebate for electrification. Down on the bottom, you'll see there heat pumps, heat pump water heaters, induction stoves, electrical panel upgrades that a lot of people need to do those electrification upgrades and things like that. And then the LMI that I spoke about earlier, the low to moderate income people that we help. There's a couple state programs. Well, the first one in orange there is the Weatherization Assistance Program. It's a federal program. Those are those levels for household income for that. CARE, which is a state program in the yellow there, those are the levels for that program. And then in the green, those are the levels we're going to go up for our internal low to moderate income program. So essentially, if there's 2 parents in a household, both making an income, and maybe they have 2 kids, that's 4 people in the household. So collectively, the income of those people earning income in that home could be up to $120,000 a year, and they could get some special incentives from us. This is what those incentives look like. We'll give them a free home energy assessment. Normally, those cost around $100. Pardon me. We will give them up to $2,000 for weatherization, those rebates that we just reviewed. And then they can get $2,000 for solar PV. We also have $4,000 available to LMI for electrification. Pardon me, I don't think I've done a presentation for a while. In Vail, Avon, and Edwards Metro District, we have some special incentives. You can see those here. And these are our rebate rules, which we'll share with you again later. Pardon me. A simple rebate checklist to make sure you've gotten everything. And this is us. And Diego, since I can't seem to talk, I'm going to let you take over.
Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, this is our team here. Yeah, we're happy to provide any sort of information and get you connected with the right people. So go ahead and get your home tested. We will track your test results. And so when you submit your test to the lab will contact you with your results. And we here at Walking Mountains also get test results from return tests. And if you have high radon levels, the test comes back high, we will also contact you and let you know the next step. Usually that involves getting a second short-term test, and then we can get you connected with certified radon mitigation contractors and help walk you through the process of applying for a home energy assessment so that you can be eligible for rebates for that mitigation system.
Thanks, Diego. I have one question here that came in from one of our attendees. I'm going to read it out loud so everybody can hear that. When I purchased my home a couple of years ago, a report was done showing that radon mitigation is recommended. A mitigation system was installed before we moved in, and we hear it running. But I'd love to be able to periodically test multiple rooms to confirm that the mitigation system is working well and is working for each room. What do you recommend for someone like me in terms of testing frequency and testing methods?
Awesome. That's a great question, Mark. You can essentially test as often as you'd like. We recommend that when you administer the test, you put it on the lowest level of your home, the lowest livable level of your home. So if you have a finished basement, put it down there. Otherwise, just in a room where, there isn't going to be too much air disturbance. But, we recommend you test several times a year if you are feeling like, you want to get a more accurate picture. Again, these short-term tests will just give you a quick snapshot. But if you'd like to get more of kind of a year-round average, we can connect you with a radon testing contractor to administer a long-term test, and I'll give you a more broad idea of what those levels are like year-round. It's definitely worth doing at least one short-term test to get you started, just to make sure that system's working correctly. If it is working correctly, those results should come back under 4 picocuries per liter. And if it comes back higher than that, your system isn't working that well. And again, we can get you connected with contractors who can either fix or reinstall a new system for you.
And I'll give you a little insight about the noise. Mark, you probably know this. It's the fan that's making noise, the fan that's installed in your system. And there's different levels of fans that they can install in those mitigation systems, right? We always, when we first started this program, we really wanted to say, go Energy Star and just be as energy efficient as possible on those fans. But what we've learned over the last few years is sometimes the fans that they need to put in there need to be a little bit more powerful and are not always Energy Star, the most energy efficient. However, it's not that big of a draw on your energy in your home for that one fan. So the more important thing is that the fan's working properly and really releasing that radon to expel outside of your home is the most important thing. So doing a test every year or once every couple of years after you've had a mitigation system, just to make sure your levels are still okay, doesn't hurt. And we have those free tests available, so it's super easy to do. Does anybody else have any other questions? It looks like you did answer.
Sorry, Mark, I just wanted to make sure you saw, I typed the answer to your other question, but you can pick up a test kit at the Environmental Health Desk in the Eagle County building down in Eagle. That's at 500 Broadway Street.
And I think their desk is on the 2nd floor. Diego, do you know that if that's right or not?
I believe it's on the 2nd floor. It's not the same area as Eagle County Public Health. It is a different area of the building for environmental.
Yeah, it's the main Eagle County building. So go in that main Eagle County building. And hopefully there's someone down at the front reception area that can kind of direct you in the right way. Anybody else have any questions for us? Would like to make any comments? We would be happy to answer some more questions. Well, we will send out the slides and the recordings. You can certainly raise your hand if you wanted to talk too. We'd be happy to let you unmute and talk about radon. We will send you the slides. We will send you the recording, even though you had to listen to me have a little coughing attack because I haven't talked so much for a while, I guess, and didn't drink very much water today. But we'll send you the recording, we'll send you the slides. We will also send you the list of radon mitigation contractors so that you have that. And just some general reference materials that we have about radon mitigation and radon in homes.
Sam, did you have a question?
I'm going to allow you to talk, Sam.
Oh,
There you go.
okay, thanks. Well, I just kind of wanted to add one thing to the discussion about the Mark's question with wanting to like monitor radon throughout his house. I don't know how much they cost, but I have seen households with like a continuous radon monitoring device where you can move it around your house if you want to and kind of like continually see where your radon levels are if you're into that sort of thing.
Thank you, Sam.
Sam, does that device also measure other things at the same time, or is it just strictly radon?
I would have to research it a little bit more. The one I looked at only did radon.
Okay. But there are all kinds of devices like that if anybody wants to know about pollutants in their home. But we can, if you're curious about that device, we can certainly send you information on that as well, about radon continuously. Any other questions anybody has? Be happy to stay on as long as you'd like. Okay, well, thank you for joining us. Please reach out if you need anything at all. If you have more questions, walkingmountains.org/radon is a huge resource. So check out that page. We have lots of information, lots of links on there. It does list those places you can get free radon test kits. And you can also just send a message to us if you have questions. Thanks, Diego, for all of your education and awareness about radon and providing that to our community.
Thank you, Nikki, for hosting this, and thanks everybody for participating, and hope this was informative for everybody.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye.